Hello and welcome back to Cosmetic World, your trusted resource for hair colour tips and tutorials. I'm Josh, and today we're going to be showing you the proper way of mixing L'Oreal INOA, a professional ammonia-free hair colour system. The INOA range is based on a 60% oil concentration formula, which delivers high performance results. Whether you're doing a standard root retouch, a full transformation, or grey coverage, we're going to show you the proper way of mixing L'Oreal INOA to deliver the best results, not just for your hair colour, but also your hair health in the long term. So let's get started. Learning how to mix L'Oreal INOA correctly is key to getting long-lasting, vibrant, and even results for your hair. Throughout this video, we will show you the proper mixing ratios, developer choices, and techniques to ensure that you get the best results out of your L'Oreal hair colour transformation. The name INOA stands for Innovation No Ammonia. Cool name, right? It's an absolute game changer in the world of permanent hair colour for several reasons. Let me just run through those now. Firstly, it relies on an oil delivery system technology, also known as OSD2, which uses oil to actively propel colour pigments along the hair shaft, allowing for maximum saturation of your hair colour choice. Secondly, as we've mentioned before, it's completely ammonia-free. Therefore, there is no odour and little to no scalp irritation, which is good for sensitive hair and sensitive scalp. Because the formula is based on oil, it gives a natural smoothness and a vitality to your hair that other hair colour systems don't always offer. This will protect your long-term hair health and integrity, as this is slightly more sensitive on the hair follicle, which makes it a very good choice. Using a 20 volume developer, it delivers great grey coverage, as well as delivering strong results on white hair, leading to high colour fidelity and strong saturation, allowing you to achieve the colour that you truly want and hair that you feel happy with. L'Oreal INOA also offers up to 3 levels of lift, depending on the developer that you use. So let's move on to that now. L'Oreal recommends 3 different strengths of the developer to work with this INOA system. We would recommend opting for their oil-based developer system, as this will give you the best results when using L'Oreal INOA's hair colour system. Now let's go through the 3 different strengths that you can use and the different effects that you will get depending on which strengths you choose to mix with your hair colour. So let's move on to those now. The lowest strength of developer offered by the INOA range is a 3% or 10 volume. This is predominantly used to darken a naturally light base colour, as well as to colour at the same level as the base colour, to take through mid-lengths and ends. It is also ideal for pre-colouring purposes and offers up to 1 level of lift. There is also a 6% or 20 volume option of developer, and this is ideal for grey coverage and for white hair bases to deliver strong colour pigmentation. This developer offers up to 2 levels of lift. Lastly, and the one that I'm currently holding, is a 9% or 30 volume developer, and this is used for stronger applications and can offer up to 3 levels of lift. As the strongest of the 3 options, we would recommend that you use this with care, and if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. It is always good to check with a professional before using any of these products to ensure that you're using the correct developer for the results that you're trying to achieve. As a good rule of thumb, we'd recommend doing a strand test first on a small piece of hair, just to ensure that you're going to get the results that you're looking for. A strand test will help to evaluate your hair condition as well as the lift potential before applying it to your whole head. This will ensure that you get the results that you're looking for. In order to mix your L'Oreal INOA hair colour successfully, you're going to need some specific tools which will allow you to carry out this successfully. So let's go over those now. Firstly, you're going to need some professional weighing scales. Today we're going to be using the Babyliss Pro, as they're very reliable and great for accuracy. You will also need a non-metallic mixing bowl to mix your developer with your hair colour. We always use a non-metallic mixing bowl just to ensure that we don't interfere with the chemistry of a hair colour mixture, which will lead to results that we won't want. You also want a set of protective gloves, just in case you get some mixture on your first pair. You might want to keep a second pair handy, but the choice is up to you. You will also need a mixing whisk to allow you to mix your developer with your hair colour to the right consistency that will allow full saturation of your hair when you come to apply, which you'll be doing with a tint brush once your mixture is ready. You will also need a measuring cup so you can measure out the right amount of developer that you will need. Something else that I would recommend is marking out with a Sharpie on the side of your measuring cup the amount of developer that you need to mix with your hair colour before pouring. Whilst we'll be weighing the amount of developer, it's also good just as you're pouring to avoid wastage, just to have the marking there, and it's just a visual guideline to help you get the right amount of developer into your cup. I would also recommend a small piece of tissue just to wipe any spillages that might occur during the process. I would also recommend using the timer app on your phone so that you can accurately track your processing times and ensure the best results. Of course, you will also need a L'Oreal INOA hair colour, as well as your oil-based developer. L'Oreal INOA works on a 1:1 scale ratio of hair colour to developer, That means for 60 milliliters of hair color that I have in my hand, we're also going to need 60 milliliters of developer. If you would like to mix different hair colors, for instance, a natural shade with something more vibrant, you will need 50% of each shade and then match this with the same amount of developer. For instance, if you mixed 60 milliliters of a natural base and 60 milliliters of a vibrant base, that would give you 120 milliliters of hair color. You would therefore need 120 milliliters of developer. Or if you used half a sachet of a natural base and half a sachet of a vibrant base, that would give you 60 milliliters overall of hair color, which means that you would need 60 milliliters of developer. Today we're going to be using a 5-0 or light brown natural hair color mixed with the strongest developer of the three options, a 30 volume or 9% developer. Now let's move on to the full mixing process, including techniques to ensure that your mixture is the right consistency for the results that you're looking for. Let's start by placing our protective gloves on. Okay, great. We now have our gloves on. Brilliant. So let's move on to measuring our developer out so that we can ensure that we match it with the amount of hair color that we have. So we already know that we have 60 grams of hair color that we're going to be using. That means we're going to need 60 milliliters of developer, thus creating our 1-to-1 ratio. As I previously mentioned in this video, we're going to be using L'Oreal's own 30 volume 9% developer to use with our hair color today. This is ideal for stronger lifts and offers up to 3 levels of lift for your hair. So let's get started. So because we have 60 grams of hair color, we're going to need 60 milliliters of developer. So first we're going to get our scale. We're going to take our measuring cup. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, we've already marked the point where 60 is on our measuring cup. Whilst we're going to be weighing it as we pour, it just gives us a good guideline of how much we're expecting to pour into the cup. So let's place that on our scale. Let's turn the scale on. Now we're going to pour 60 grams of developer into our measuring cup. So in fact, if we turn our measuring cup around, well, actually we can see it at the back there, we can see our marking. So let's start pouring. Okay, we're at 40, 47, 50, 56, a little bit more. 60, that's great. As I mentioned earlier in this video, we have a 5-0 or 5NN, which is a light brown natural, which we're going to mix with our developer. So let's pour our hair colour into our measuring bowl. Nice and easy. So we can place our bowl down. Just to get the final drops out, we can begin pushing from the end and turning as we go. That's it, just turn as you go. You really want to turn the edge there, and that will allow all of the hair colour to come out, because we want to ensure that we're getting the most out of our hair colour and that we're matching the mixing ratio accurately. Okay, drag that out until you've got every last piece. Take our bowl, we'll just start stirring. Initially it's quite a gentle stir, but we'll get faster. As the developer and the hair colour start to take to each other, we can increase our speed, but initially we're just folding it in just to ensure we have an even distribution of hair colour and developer. I mean, already it has a lovely consistency. As we mentioned earlier, this is an ammonia-free, odour-free hair colour. And as you're stirring it, you really don't get that kind of chemical smell. It should kind of smell very neutral, which is what you want. Which is, yeah, again, perfect for sensitive hair, and doesn't provide scalp irritation, which is great. Okay, so now we can start to change direction as we're going and creating that lovely, creamy, smooth paste, which is what you're looking for, something along these lines. It's got a slightly thick sort of texture, almost like a paint that doesn't have that much water in it, but still has a thick kind of consistency, quite viscous, as you can see. And what we're doing is we'll just, now that we have an evenly distributed amount of hair color and developer, we'll just speed up slightly, just to really fold it in. So yeah, changing direction, as I mentioned before. It's always a good way of going about it. That's perfect. Okay. That's great. Yeah, and you really want something that looks like this, to be honest. Yeah, that's a great consistency. And now we're ready to move on to application techniques. Now that your mixture is ready, it should have a silky, gel cream-like consistency, which is now ready for application. So let's move on to that. Before applying the hair color to your hair, we would recommend separating your hair using sectioning and clips into manageable quadrants so that you can ensure full application of the hair color. You may want to start by applying the hair color to everywhere except for your roots, and then coming back to these towards the end. This will ensure the best results occur with your hair color choice. We would always recommend to apply on dry, unwashed hair. This is because the oils that naturally occur in your hair will help to protect your scalp. Washing these away using a shampoo may cause irritation during colouring, so it's best to always keep your hair unwashed before applying the hair colour. For virgin applications, start with mid-lengths and ends first. Apply to the roots after around 15 minutes for even saturation and tone. For retouch or grey coverage, apply directly to roots with care. For very stubborn greys, increase your saturation and allow the full development time to occur, and this will ensure that you get a balanced colour across your hair and deliver great results. The standard processing time for L'Oreal INOA Professional Hair Colour is around 35 minutes. For more stubborn greys, increase this to around 40 minutes at the maximum. This will give your hair the best possible chance of achieving the hair colour that you wish for. As mentioned earlier in this video, always perform a strand test first, using the processing times provided from the range that we've given, and this will ensure that you get the results that you're looking for. If your strand test doesn't give you the colour that you're looking for, you can always tweak it within the range. After the processing time is complete, it's essential to rinse the hair through thoroughly with lukewarm water until it runs clear, and then you know that you've completed the coloration process. Congratulations! Do avoid washing your hair 48 hours after colouring, and this will allow the pigment to fully settle into your hair and get the most out of your hair colour transformation. You can follow this process up with L'Oreal INOA post shampoo. This will help to remove any residue, rebalance the pH and seal the cuticle. At cosmeticworld.ca, we offer a range of post-colouring care shampoos and conditioners that are sulfate-free. An example of this is L'Oreal's own Siri Expert Vitamino Colour range, which we stock at Cosmetic World. And that's your full breakdown of how to mix L'Oreal INOA like a professional for salon quality results every time. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. At cosmeticworld.ca, we stock a range of different hair colour systems from professional popular brands on the market, such as L'Oreal and Schwarzkopf, as well as hair care products, hair colouring tools, and other beauty products. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tutorials like this, or visit our website where we offer a range of different tutorials which will help guide you through your hair care and beauty journey. As well as hair care products, we also offer a range of skincare from popular brands across the market. Until next time, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.